Why, hello, everybody. It's me, Henry Gilbert. And, I'm a big fan of Mario. We all are at GamesRadar. But we wouldn't know about Mario and his awesome games if it weren't for the ads, all the commercials you'd see on TV for him. And while some ads are better than others, we pulled together our 10 favorite commercials in Mario history to show you right here. Like, some are just weird, some are very funny, some just look awesome, and we are going to be counting down the 10 best ones right now, starting with...
Nintendo. It's for breakfast now. Nintendo. It's a cereal. Wow. Nintendo. Super Mario Jump. Nintendo. In a fruit flavored crunch. Nintendo. Here's Zelda too. Nintendo. It's very good news. Nintendo. You just can't move. Nintendo cereal system is a super part of this nutritious breakfast. Nintendo. 2 cereals in 1. Wow.
What the hell was that?
Are they like Lucky Charms?
So the Nintendo cereal system was a really cool thing when it first came out, at least to me when I was 8 years old. You know, I had been enjoying Mario and Zelda on the NES, and now here was a cereal that promised the same thing.
I remember thinking like the Zelda pieces just didn't look right. There's the keys and that little goblin thing. I don't even know what the hell that goblin thing is.
Look at how accurate these marshmallow shapes look to the characters. And then really it's just like Mario's there and all of a sudden he's a generic like yellow blob, like that's not even the same color. And then Link turns into a pink humanoid. It's just like very bizarre.
My favorite part of that is how it opens up with Mario jumping on the heads of children, which according to Mario canon should actually kill them.
Basically, we just witnessed 3 child murders in a commercial.
Which, I mean, if you look at the ingredients in that cereal, I'm sure that that's actually more accurate than we'd think.
The cereal wasn't that good, honestly. Like, it was actually a pretty bad cereal. I only had about a few bowls of it. But the interesting difference it had from most cereals is it was really 2 cereals in one. It was 2 separate bags in the box. One that was the Mario fruity one, and then the other that was the Zelda one.
Adventure is on the horizon. Stanley's going buggy. Mario Brothers have their hands full, and Donkey Kong's going ape. It's rough seas for Popeye, and Snoopy's got to get on the ball. But you can help. You got Nintendo Game & Watch. That's pocket power. Widescreen or multi-screen games you can play indoors or out. They tell you the score and even the time. They're pocket power. They're Game & Watch. 14 in all, only from Nintendo.
I'm trying to think of what even to say to that. I've never even heard of that.
The beginning part was really confusing. I wasn't really sure what was going on there, like with all the characters. I was confused. Like Popeye was in there?
You have Popeye and Mario and Donkey Kong, Sans, Ty.
Yeah, so if you didn't know, Nintendo got their first start with portable games with the Game & Watch, which was a simple LCD screen that repurposed battery technology to make little games. At the time, it was a big hit in Japan, and they were bringing it over to America, and this was the ad to do it. They said, like, well, you know how you really love the character of Mario and Donkey Kong? They're all in these different games. And it's neat to just see, this is one of the earliest moments of Mario animated, I would say, in a commercial. And you can see that he was a bit off model, and there's a joke when he catches the barrel, his hat flies up and he is bald, which is not canonical.
I'm just such a big fan of any commercial that spends more time showing like 12-year-olds in the 1980s than it does the actual product, because Game & Watch games look balls.
No one wants to play the Popeye Game & Watch, come on.
And you'd think it would play like a Mario game, like on a console, but they totally didn't, because it was only like 3 frames of animation for each character, and you'd jump up and then all of a sudden you'd appear up here and then jump down, and it was impossible to do anything correctly in those games, and it was just stupid.
Help! Help!
Mario's back in a new adventure. He has new friends with special abilities. He has new enemies with funky attacks. But will he save the princess?
Help!
Find out in Paper Mario! Rated E for everyone.
Well, that commercial is great. I mean, if I would have seen that at the time, that totally would have had me want to get it.
What if we just had a cardboard cutout of Mario and literally tossed it like a frisbee into a lake for no apparent reason? I get that it's like a Paper Mario reference because, you know, he's made out of paper, but it just seems really silly that that's the approach they would take.
I want to know how they achieved cardboard smashing through a plain glass window.
I don't think he got to the princess in time because it looked like she was going through the shredder.
Yeah, that Paper Mario ad was pretty weird, huh? It was one of the last N64 games, and so I think Nintendo's ad team in America was just getting a lot sillier by the end. And, you know, Paper Mario is just such a weird concept to sell to people that they just got literal with it. They're just like, here's a paper cutout of Mario. He goes through water. He keeps flipping around. I also love that, like, Peach is endangered by the shredder. Like, that's at the end of it, not the character from Ninja Turtles, but an actual shredder.
Threatening to shove Peach in a paper shredder. Scary. Throwing Paper Mario into the water. Cool. Just all, like, the bursting through the window worked, and then somebody on staff was just like, you know what? We don't have any live animals in here.
What the hell's the point of the goat? Why is that in there?
Is it like the Nintendo goat?
They probably didn't even plan that. He probably just kind of just walked over while they were filming with the little stick and the little Mario and just started, they're just like, what do we do? There's a goat in the shot. Use it. Use it.
Maybe it was the predecessor to Goat Simulator. That's exactly what it was. It was like Goat Simulator Grandpa.
Lastly, the announcer is awesome in that. I love that he's just like screaming like, get his funky powers! Like, I don't know, you need that kind of excitement in a commercial. You don't get that anymore these days.
ついに実現した夢の顔合わせ、マリオスターが大集合。ピーチ姫が来ました。クッパ大王がキャサリンも。スーパーマリオブラザーズ、マリオ2、マリオ3、and スーパーマリオ USA。4つのゲームとおまけにニューゲームもついて1つのソフトにスーパーファミコンソフトスーパーマリオコレクション。そしてマリオの映画もやってきた。
Production values have gone up for that one. It's very glamorous. I never really thought that Mario could be taken in that direction.
Was that an advertisement for Super Mario Brothers the movie, or was it for clearly all 4 of those games packed into one cartridge? I don't know because I don't know Japanese.
So that's one of the only Japanese commercials in this collection, but it is one of my favorites that it shows off the Super Mario AllStars collection in a very neat way. By this point, the Mario characters, you hadn't seen them in many out-of-game moments, so seeing all of them show up to a movie premiere that celebrates all their games is really neat. I especially like seeing, you know, Peach basically dressed like Jessica Rabbit, to see the Mario Brothers show up in a car wearing white tuxedos.
I just really want to look at sexy Peach legs again. Can we do that? Is that?
Yeah, like Peach would ever show that much leg.
For Japan, they never got Super Mario USA, or they didn't for a very long time get that version of Super Mario. So the selling point of that commercial is Super Mario USA is included. And lastly, I think it's funny that given how much Nintendo I don't think really likes the original Super Mario Brothers film right now, that at the end of their own commercial, they're like, also, see the Super Mario Brothers film, it's in theaters now.
I recently rewatched the Super Mario Brothers movie, and it is exactly as good as you remember. It is so wonderful.
Here they are on the red carpet. Also, here's a random clip of the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I loved that commercial up until they showed the live-action Mario Brothers movie.
The movie was pretty bad. I would not use the movie as a selling point for anything, not even the movie.
Mario! Mario!
Oh, shit.
Super Mario. 1, 2, and 3. There's power in numbers. Nintendo, now you're playing with power. Each game sold.
What is that advertising? How scary would that be if we just as a nation decided that shit got so bad that we had to just be like, everyone in the country who has a white shirt, please go to Utah and stand shoulder to shoulder chanting Mario.
First of all, never more have I wanted a blue sweatsuit and a New Kids on the Block haircut after watching that commercial.
Yeah, I remember that one, probably because I was a little older, watching TV a little more regularly, and I definitely begged to get 1, 2, and 3. So those were the only games I actually bought, like Mario games and Final Fantasy games. That's all we could get.
Oh, I remember this one.
I have to say that might be one of the creepiest video game commercials I've ever seen in my entire life.
Imagine being the astronaut that saw that horrifying scene from the moon. Whew, rough.
Everybody played Super Mario 1, everybody played 2, and then here comes Super Mario Bros. 3. You've been waiting for it forever, and like they know how powerful it is that they don't even need to show you any footage of it. They're just like, hey, Mario's great. Everybody in America loves Mario and is chanting for more of them. Like, it was just a cool thing to see in this commercial, the concept of Mario taking over America being literal.
If you got that many people together in one area, I imagine the logistics of like going to the bathroom or eating would be basically impossible. That trailer basically is calling for anarchy in America.
Literally millions of little children in all the same uniform, chanting to the air, chanting the same name. It's like, that's way too much, I think.
Imagine being one of the extras in that commercial, having to stand in the hot sun chanting Mario for what I imagine is hours on end.
The fact that it went on to sell 18 million copies worldwide, which held a record for a very long time, is still pretty impressive.
Prepare for liftoff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just tear up every time I hear that song. It's so beautiful.
I remember watching that one because that one made me think of wanting to go to Disneyland and or Disney World. You got the fireworks in the sky, you got everyone looking up to the sky, and then on top of that, Mario's in the sky, cruising the galaxy on Yoshi.
Super Mario Galaxy is so good. I remember when the Wii was first revealed and they were showing off videos of Super Mario Galaxy, and a lot of people thought that Nintendo was like lying about how underpowered and bullshit the Wii was gonna be because Galaxy looked so good.
Yeah, Galaxy 2 is the best Super Mario game. It was probably one of the best ones.
So the Super Mario Galaxy 2 one is definitely the most recent in this commercial package, but it was one that when I first saw it in the lead up to Super Mario Galaxy 2's release that I was just so like entranced by it. Like the concept of Super Mario Galaxy is really easy to express, and they could have just shown like the footage looked great anyway. But then to see all these families just looking on and like these very like high quality tracking shots, and just seeing like an extra fancy version of Mario and Yoshi just flying through the air, like it's just a really classy ad for a game that I really enjoy, especially with the soundtrack. Like that's one of my favorite songs in Mario history. That da 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 da.
Come on, Mario. Come on, Mario, jump! I give up.
Want to grow? The calcium in milk helps bones grow.
Okie dokie.
What? That's a milk commercial?
What are you drinking? He's drinking milk.
I don't remember Mario having a milk mustache. I feel like I've been robbed of something.
So there's two options I'm looking at. Number one, those kids are shit at Mario, and the only way for them to succeed is for the game to break the fourth wall and cheat. Or two, Nintendo is so goddamn bad at game design that they made an impossible level unless the character can leap from the television and drink some hearty milk. Neither of those are realities that I want to live in.
I really want an animated GIF of Mario jumping into that brick over and over and over again. Those kids suck.
He comes through your TV while you're not there, goes and raids your refrigerator, and then drinks all your milk, leaves. He probably left like an ant swallow in there for you. So when you go and have cereal in the morning, you'll be screwed.
So Mario sold out a little bit, but like not completely, because he wiped the milk mustache off his face like right away.
All right, so in case you don't remember, there was a Got Milk campaign for a really long time in America, like just to sell milk, and that's what makes this one really stand out from the rest of the group, because it's not advertising a specific Mario thing. It's just like Mario is there to help sell milk. Also, I like that it's very non-canonical that Mario can use milk to grow bigger instead of, you know, a Mega Mushroom or a Power Mushroom like we're used to seeing.
Obey me, Wario. I am your master. Mario is your enemy.
The wicked imposter Wario has cast an evil spell over Mario Land.
Don't let Mario get the 6 golden coins. Don't let Mario reach the palace.
This is the biggest, most dangerous, most challenging Game Boy adventure yet.
Obey Wario. Destroy Mario.
Don't fall under Wario's evil spell in Super Mario Land 2, only on Game Boy.
I had that game, and I remember seeing that commercial all those times, and I was like, why am I helping Mario get all the coins? I was so confused, as I was like, okay, I'm Mario now. When do I get to be Wario?
Obey Wario. Destroy Mario.
Remember that commercial mainly because I remember Wario being all sinister and stuff. I mean, there's no other way for me to remember that other than seeing it in this commercial.
Yeah, this commercial, this really didn't make me want to play this game like at all, because Wario is just so freaking creepy with his eyeballs like hypnotizing you and stuff.
I never had a Game Boy myself, but my cousins had one, and that was a game I remember we picked up because of that commercial. So yeah, that brings back a lot of memories.
It's hard to remember a time when Wario was a new thing, but like this commercial introduced Wario to so many people. Like he was just the bad guy of Super Mario Land 2. And this commercial, instead of having Mario in it, is just this well-animated, like almost like Disney-esque kind of floating head of Wario commanding that you kill Mario. Like that he's like hypnotizing you and just saying like, kill your idol's children, murder him, kill Mario. Like it was just so much fun. It made you really invested in the game, and it also showed how much more character Wario had than Mario. So it's not surprising that he went on to take over the series, and that this was the last proper Mario Land game until like Mario 3D Land on the 3DS.
What's up with everyone wanting to be hypnotized into cult Mario fandom? It's very odd. Perhaps it's a commentary on our willingness to let others lead the way for us. I don't know.
Sorry. What are we doing for lunch?
Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you.
Something's gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of Nintendo. Introducing Super Smash Bros., where all your favorite characters go toe-to-toe in one 4-player star-studded slam fest, only on Nintendo 64.
Oh yes, the famous Super Smash Bros. Commercial.
So far, this is the only commercial that I actively remember totally changing my life. I would watch that every time it was on. I'd freak out. I just remember vividly being at recess in school, talking to friends about how amazing this game was going to be, and all of us obsessing over the trailer.
Smash Brothers commercial was the best because they're playing the turtles, and you think it's like, oh, Pikachu and Donkey Kong and Yoshi and Mario are all like dancing around together. What the hell can this be? And then they start beating the crap out of each other.
Mario should not have been holding hands with Donkey Kong to begin with, if you remember the past. I mean, he was throwing barrels at the damn guy.
Oh, poor Yoshi. They just totally beat him up.
Spent many hours playing that game. I did myself, and actually that commercial is just really funny because watching these, you know, it's one thing to watch, see the characters beat each other up in the game, but then to see these people wearing costumes start fighting each other while they're all friends at the beginning, that was really funny, and it's a really good tone of the commercial because it's exactly how the game is too.
Let me just say that I hate that song. That song is awful. Besides that, great commercial.
That has to be one of the most memorable Mario commercials of the 1990s. Like, They tried to add all these edgy kind of Nintendo commercials in America in that decade, but so many just seemed like they were trying too hard, and still Nintendo had this very cutesy idea attached to them. And so this commercial for Smash Brothers completely undermined that. It was just like, oh, you think they're all cute and stuff? So let's get as cute as we can and just have these characters in their giant costumes just punching each other, tripping each other, like being very mean to one another. And then the choice of music is just awesome too. Like, it introduced a lot of people to the idea of Smash Brothers pretty easily. Like, oh, it's the cute Nintendo characters are finally beating each other up. I want to play that.
Plumbing for Luigi's in a bind. Giant turtles out to get him. Creepy crabs are right behind. Fireflies, cheaper giants, they're all coming out the pipes.
Mario, where are you?
It's Atari Mario Brothers with Mario from Donkey Kong, his brother Luigi, and lots of crazy creatures. And it's twice the fun when two play at once, because you need all the help you can get.
Mario, where are you?
Mario Brothers, new from Atari.
That was a really creepy commercial, like the lobster claws and like the realistic looking turtles.
Wow, was that great. I love that there was a time where they're like, Mario, you know, that guy from Donkey Kong. There was an era where that's how they had to sell a video game.
I thought that was Mario. And he was like, Mario, where are you? So was it Luigi?
Obviously, Nintendo didn't know what the hell they were doing at this point with Mario, because there's just like snapping turtles. He looks like the turtle from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 movie. There's a crab like pinching this plumber. And he's not even Mario because he's asking for Mario's help, even though he's a fat plumber with overalls.
Mario, the survival horror reboot.
I just really think that it's super funny going back and seeing all these live action commercials. They kind of don't really happen anymore, and so they're always really, really goofy to me, especially when video games were still so new that they were considered like just toys for little kids, and and seeing these kind of commercials that try and mimic that and sell it as just like this really goofy, weird thing.
So today, people are pretty used to the idea of Luigi being a coward and not being as brave as Mario, but a lot of people think that was introduced with Luigi's Mansion, but it really predates that. Like, you can see that that was an idea that whoever was advertising Mario Brothers on the Atari back in the early 80s, that they felt that way too, that Luigi is really scared without Mario. And then there was this huge ad campaign of just like, Mario, where are you?
Mario, where are you?
Mario, where are you?
Mario, where are you?
It's also funny to think that they had a Mario is Missing game about 10 years later with the same idea of Luigi hunting after Mario. Okay, so those are our favorite Super Mario Brothers commercials from history. If you really enjoy those, or it's the first time you've seen them and you have new thoughts, please feel free to share them in the comments down there. Or if you've seen other Super Mario Brothers commercials that you think are better, maybe link to them down there too. Be sure to like and subscribe us to see more great things like this. We have lots of other content, not just about Mario and about other stuff too. You know, if you don't like Mario, which is crazy. Until next time, see ya.